All right, we are live in Tatum. This is Ron Gunner. As we have the Tatum game, looks like it may be starting a little early, so we'll go with that. But they did do the coin toss, and Tatum will be receiving. So second half will be Ramah for the offense to receive. But for the first half, it'll be Tatum. Of course, in some of these games, they may not make it to halftime. So, if you get the toss on this, you usually want to go out there and do your best. So Ramah's coming in, Ramah Mustangs, coming in with head coach Wesley Grassi, and the assistant coach is going to be Austin Clausen. Got a decent team, but they did lose their first game at Fort Sumner House. Final score was 54-0, so that was a blowout and a mercy rule ending for that one. Next up for them is Manal. That'll be on the 4th, and I also believe that's going to be on a Thursday as well. So we have a few interesting players on Ramah and the Mustangs, but let's go ahead and talk about your Tatum Coyotes, as they are coming in 1-0 for this season, but this is their home opener, as they started this season on the road for 2025. And they did a pretty good job, too, even though they started off rather slow. They gave up a couple of safeties, but they came back strong and finished that game by the score of, that was 30-12 against the Escalante Lobos. Got your coach for the second season, Coach Bobby Reed. He's going to be running the 3-2-2 defense, looks like, when he's on the defense. Of course, you have assistant coaches with Tog Eaglehart. It'll be Shannon Fink and Galen Selman. So they're getting the squad ready. Actually, they've already done their warm-ups, and now on the field still are the Mustangs for their last-minute preps. When I got here, it was just the top of the 10 o'clock hour, and that was right behind me was the Mustangs. So that's par for the course. It seems like I've been here a couple of times, and the opposing team usually gets here just about an hour before kickoff. So actually, I don't know if it's because of the distance or what it is, but nevertheless, they're getting ready for the game as well. We have just about 15 minutes before kickoff, if that's what the clock says, and we're going to go with that. We're going to get you what happened last week as well, starting with Josh Harris. He had 2 touchdown runs, one for 20 and one for 49 yards. Jessel, I know I'm looking at it too long, but Esparza had a run for 1 yard for a touchdown, and then also had one for 15 yards. So both of those young men had touchdowns. Also, actually, DeSalle had a 55-yard rumble back after a fumble recovery. So he had technically 3, 2 on offense and 1 on defense. And one of the things about this team that from last season is that they have 6 returning on offense as well as 6 on defense. Maybe the same players, but either way, they are at least have some experience on the squad. Last year, Josh Harris was the quarterback. He probably will be then again this year with 1,194 yards, 13 TDs, but he ran for 1,059 yards and had 20 touchdowns. And Jessel Esparza rushed for 99 times last season, had 936 yards with just 12 touchdowns. But hey, you know what? That's 12 more than I had last year, right? For most people. So they were doing well with that. Coming up after this game is going to be Clayton. That'll be away on the road, so that'll be their second road game. This is their first, once again, their first home game of the season. Hoping they can have some success like they did last year against Ramah, where they had a huge game. And that was a final score of, oh, that's right. Final score was 52-0, so mercy rule ending on that one as well. Their record against Ramah is 4-0, so they're looking to get it to 5-0. Pause just a moment. Almost forgot to turn the mic off, or not the mic, but the speaker off on my phone. So there we are. We have, once again, Josh Harris, who had 11,094 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, 20 of them he had also for rushing, and he rushed for just a little over 1,000 yards, and that would be 1,054 to be exact. Next week, struggle a little bit against the Clayton Yellow Jackets, just a season, or not a season, but a last 3 games, 1 and 2, and it's been a while since they beat this team, since 2022. 23 and 24, they played Clayton and lost those games. Of course, we'll talk about that in the post game. But right now, we are talking about the Mustangs of Ramah. And we're going to see Tatum take them on here in about 11 minutes. Once again, Tatum is going to be receiving the ball, going from north to south to start it off. Of course, second half will be the opposite, south to north. I want to thank our sponsors, for which we would not be able to put these on the air. I want to thank Tatum Municipal Schools, EP&S, Legendary Services, Bob's Thriftway, Western States Bank, and Lee County Electric Cooperative. Thank you all very much for being part of the team, as well as making sure it gets on the air. We are on Tatum Sports on the Hobbs YouTube, no, sorry, not, HobbsAmerica.com and on YouTube, and that's what happens when you put those two together. Give me a moment, we'll be back, and we'll continue coverage right here in Tatum. It is going on live on this Saturday morning. It is almost going to be 11 o'clock in the morning. Of course, you can watch this anytime you want to afterwards on YouTube and on HobbsAmerica.com.
Remind you to compete with class. Remember that the values of respect, integrity, and responsibility play an important role in today's contest. Do your part, stay in your lane, and always remember to compete with class.
Winds blowing from the north, or actually from the south to the north. I was hoping to get a crosswind east or west, so it wouldn't bother me so much, but wind is always a factor when you're outside. I'm going to get the Tatum Coyotes to their entrance pretty soon. They're already in the tunnel as the fans are getting here. It's going to be a great game or day as far as weather. Last night, of course, a lot of rain throughout Lee County as well as throughout the southern part of New Mexico. Caused some delays. In fact, one of them was postponed until today. That'd be the Lovington-Portales game. That will be the last game, at least for Lee County anyway. That starts at 2 o'clock. It'll be in the already in the first quarter. So got lucky enough that it wasn't in the halftime. Otherwise, it would have been pretty much rained out. Of course, TJ Miracle and Don Morgan are going to bring you that coverage on the Lovington Sports Network. Right now, we've got action coming in Tatum, New Mexico. And just for fun, let's see what the temperature is right now. So it's 74 degrees. No chance of rain, no clouds except for maybe a little far away in the south. Shows it feels like 77 degrees. Got a breeze of about 10 miles per hour coming this way. And by the time we get to kickoff, it'll be roughly 75 and could be about 80 degrees by the time this game is over with. So not too bad weather for a football game for certain. Another one bites the dust. That could be the case. Looks like they are about to bring them out. It's just under 7 minutes to go for kickoff. And looks like we're going to get the signal. Here they come. This is a lie. Cameraman, announcer, I'm a bargain. And I'm here in Tatum. Last night got the call, and I said yes, certainly, after my job game. And we're going to see what can happen between these two rivals. 4-0 is the record against this Ramah Mustangs team. Of course, Ramah would like to get their first victory, while the Coyotes would like to extend their streak to 5 and get 2 wins for the season as well.
All right, folks, here shortly we'll be doing our invitation.
If you see anybody on the screen that you know, let them know where you saw them. So I'm going to have to nail some things down before the wind picks them up. Five minutes to go. So remember, Josh Harris is going to be quarterback, most likely, and it's going to be Jassel Esperanza, who is going to be the running back. See if we can open up the passing game as well for the Tatum Coyotes. That'll be interesting to see. Been here a few times. Usually it's during their championship seasons. I did cover them years ago as they had won. Of course, this is the second season for Bobby Reed. Here we are with the national anthem. I'm going to take a break on this, and we'll be back in a moment for more as we continue coverage right here on the Tatum Network. minute away, or a little over a minute away from a kickoff. The referees are getting into the center of the field. Once again, Tatum's going to be receiving the ball. That means Ramah's going to be kicking that one off. Welcome, everybody, to Tatum Sports. My name is Ron Gunner. I am going to be filling in for the game today, obviously. And weather, of course, has played a part in Lee County sports, but this one's going to continue on, and both Ramah and Tatum are ready to go. Mustangs versus your Panthers right here. And it's about to get underway as we have the no more clock, so get lined up for that kickoff to get started. Expecting to see Josh Harris play another great game as quarterback. Whether he's going to run or pass more, we, of course, will all find out together. Looks like the kicker is going to be Ricky Sowell. He is also an offensive linebacker and a defensive linebacker. So he's going to get ready to kick. Looks like back deep is going to be Tatum as that one goes. Didn't quite get to the intended, but it will be. Return, continues on his feet. Looks like he's got one man to beat, and he might do it. He's got a side. He's going to go down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown already with Tatum on the board. And that was about an 88-yard kickoff return. But hold your horses before you get any excited. There is a flag about the 44. Usually that's going to be against the offense, or at least the returning team, so that may mean that it gets nullified. But that was Anthony Montez, senior. So it is going to come back, so no touchdown on the board yet. But it still should be good field position nevertheless. It looks like it's going to be at the 46 of Ramah. So 1st and 10 for the Tatum Coyotes, and the Coyotes can be starting off, of course, in their the enemy territory. Actually, no, they're going to move the ball, so it will be at the 48 of Tatum. Still pretty good field position for most teams. Can't complain about that. Only thing is Ramah hasn't moved yet. They're about 15 yards back. They're finally moving forward, and we can get this thing started. 11:45 to go in the first quarter, and take a little moment to get the ball situated correctly. Get it on the far hash mark. And quickly we'll hand it off. Gets a nice little maneuver there and gets about 12 yards, looks like, as that is going to be Esperanza. So Esperanza already takes off, gets 12 yards, and gets the first down. So the first down for the Tatum Coyotes. So 1st and 10 once again. Don't have to worry about changing the score yet. Be another handoff to Esperanza as he gets another good run up the middle before getting tackled. That was going to be by, looks like that was Jaden Tucson. But nevertheless, so another first down for the Tatum Coyotes and for Esperanza. 2 runs, 2 first downs, and
Quarterback position is number 1, Josh Harris, front line, 99.
another handoff to Esperanza. Goes to the right this time, gets a hole, and this time not as many yards as he has had, but he's been averaging just a little over 10. This time he does get 10, looks like, depending on the mark. Actually, to be just under 10, so that'd be 9. So 2nd and 1. Didn't get his forward progress after all. So 2nd and 1. Tatum's moving down the field. They are almost inside the red zone. Here we go. It's going to be a quarterback keeper this time, and he is going to run to the right. Looks like he's going to get definitely the first down or more. Got it inside the 5-yard line, and that will be first down and goal for the Tatum Coyotes. Of course, it's going to be Josh Harris with that pickup. So first and goal at the 3. Let's see. And a handoff and a run in for a Tatum touchdown. Of course, that is going to be the big guy himself. That is going to be Jassel. So 3 yards on the play for the run. And as we get ready, they're going to line up for the 2-point conversion, looks like, with 9:54 remaining in the first quarter. So Tatum was able to take advantage of the opening drive. Going to go ahead and run it in with a quarterback sneak and got it in for 2. So that was Josh with the 2-point conversion, and we've got an 8-0 game. Be back in just 30 seconds as we continue coverage right here. We'll be back in just a moment. We're in Tatum. It is 8-0 over Ramah. Be back right here on the Tatum Network. Welcome one and all to Tatum, New Mexico, whether you're a Tatum fan, a football fan, high school football fan, however you are. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Ron Gunner. We've already got a score of 8-0. As it was a 3-yard run, they got it in, and then the 2-point conversion run in by Josh Harris. Here we go, as it is kicked and low. It'll be fielded at the 41 roughly. And a lot of tackling going on, but he's still trying to evade. He was on his feet for a little while longer, but only managed to get about 7 yards out of that. So that looked like that was, that was Deacon Clausen. I could be wrong, but Deacon Clausen on the Mustang side. So 1st and 10 is what we have for Ramah. And it will be at very good field position for Ramah at the 47. And get that on the hash mark. So let's see what the defense can do for Tatum as the offense for Ramah gets on. Looks like it'll be that is Jaden Belay, who is going to be running now as he got the hike from the shotgun position, was able to, he dropped the ball, he fumbled actually, and it will be recovered. So one play, and it was recovered. That is going to be by, that'll be 19. Let's look at the right roster, and it'll be Joe Sanchez for the fumble recovery. That is the first one of the game. Of course, that was also first play for Ramah. Not a good start, as it is already back to Tatum. And they're inside, actually they're at the main, the 50, at the center of it all. So fumble, once again by the quarterback, and we've already got a timeout by Ramah. They want to get regrouped after that tough start. Not only did they allow a touchdown to happen, but they also fumbled the ball on the first play by Jaden Blay. So definitely want to get regrouped as fast as possible because this thing could go south quickly. And Tatum does take advantage and does it well against these teams. Let's take a moment break, be back, and continue coverage right here on the Tatum Sports Network. We are back. Josh Harris Getting set. Saw him warming up. He can throw about a 40-yard pass easily. And he wasn't even trying. This time around, he's going to have a quarterback keeper. He's going to round the left, get a couple of tackles, and it looks like it's going to come back because of a hold because there is a flag in the backfield. But Josh did have a good run. Unfortunately, though, it'll be a chop block, and that'll be, it'll be against Ramah. And so far, nothing going right for the Ramah squad. So not only is that going to be a first down, but it'll be tacked on more. And since it is outside of the 20, it will be another 10 at least, if not 15. Let's see. 15 now. So they get a 15-yard freebie off that run, and it looked like it was about 15 yards already. So pretty much 30 yards from the run puts it down to 20, and that is right because it's down at the 20 now. First and 10 once again for the Tatum Coyotes. And that should be number 3. I may be wrong a little bit, but yeah. They are more about the touchdowns, not the first downs. So first and 10 once again for the Tatum Coyotes. Josh going to get the ball. He's going to hand it off to Esperanza. He's going to find a little resistance that time, and you've got about 4 guys in white to bring him down. And one of them's going to be number 72. That's Begay, along with a couple of other players. We can mention Baca, the sophomore, was out there as well. So we're down to 2nd and 7, the first time that the Coyotes were not able to get a first down on the first down play. But that's all right, 2nd and 7. Got the 8:43 on the clock. Plenty of time. Whistle is going to stop. That usually means false start or illegal motion. This time around, it is going to be a false start against Tatum. 5 yards back. We'll make it 2nd and 12. Let's go ahead and give it a conservative 11. They are back at the 20-yard line. So going to be a fake handoff. Going to go ahead and run it up the middle for Josh Harris as he gets tackled by a group of players in white, obviously. And then it's going to take it all the way down to, looks like it'll be a first down almost. No, once again, 3rd and short. So he got about 10 yards on that run. Just needs one more to get the first down. I have no doubt that they will go for it with the run. And both offenses have a run ability. Josh is going to run back, and pass this time. He's going to get it to the corner, and it'll be in the hands of his receiver, Anthony Montez, and that'll be for 10 yards. So Montez gets that pass. And with 7:30 to go, and Tatum making it look pretty easy so far. Going to get that 2-point conversion coming up. So one run and one pass so far for this squad. Fumbled the ball, but Josh picks it up and goes ahead and runs it, and looks like he's going to get in easily as the defense wasn't quite prepared to get him stopped. So that'll be a run, and that is his second 2-point conversion. 16-0 is the score. Tatum is on top of the Mustangs, and it looks like it's going to be pretty much a runaway, but you never know. I mean, this at least isn't like last week. Last week, Tatum started off slow, then he got stronger as the game progressed. We're going to take a pause. Be back in a moment on the Tatum Sports Network. Welcome back to action as Tatum is about to kick off this one once again to the Mustangs. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Tatum Municipal Schools, along with EP&S, Legendary Services, Bob's Thriftway, Western States Bank, and the Electric Co-op of Lee County. Looks like that is going to be, I think it went out of bounds, so if it does, it'll be placed on the 35. Let's see what the call is. That was a penalty thrown. Can you get that? Thank you. Wynn likes to pick things up. So we are going to start once again at the 35. This will be the second time that Ramah is going to get the ball. First time they had just one possession, one play, and that was a fumble for the loss. Taking the time once again, it is confirmed to be on the 35-yard line to start. A little bit closer to me. Once again, the quarterback setting up. Looks like it's going to be a run. Nobody on the wings. As this time around, it'll be a quarterback keeper for Tuscan. Tuscan gets a couple. Oh, no, actually, no. Another fumble, 2 fumbles in a row, 2 runs, 2 fumbles. And this will mean that Tatum will get the ball once again, and it's hard to score on your offense if your offense cannot keep the ball. So 2 fumbles. Didn't see who recovered that one. There have been 2 fumbles by 2 different quarterbacks. So changing quarterback didn't help. All right, 1st and 10, and once again a handoff to Esperanza as he gets tripped up, but not before he gets that first down. Looked like he had about 17 yards altogether. So yes, first down once again, another first down for the Tatum Coyotes. I do believe that is their 4th of the game. Meanwhile, not only does Ramah not have any first downs, they also don't have any yardage, so that's easy to keep up with so far. Though they're not happy with that, I'm sure. I wouldn't be. 1st and 10 this time. It's going to be on the 25, just outside the red zone. Speaking of the red zone, here it comes once again. Esperanza on the left and got a huge lane. Got it all the way down to about the 5-yard line before he was double tackled and taken out of bounds. Actually be the 10-yard line. So he ran down to the 10. Another first down for the Tatum Coyotes. Already with 5. Almost going to have, if they keep this up, they'll have as many first downs as they do points for right now. 1st and 10. Going to be throwing this time just behind him, but it was able to get it to him and gets it down to, let's see where they mark it at, maybe the 1-yard line. So that's a 9-yard pass gain from, or to Jason Tucker from Josh Harris. So 8 yards will put it at 2nd and goal at the 1. So Tatum also mixing it up a little bit with the run and the pass. And seeing what they can get done. 8-9 yards once again, almost a touchdown, just couldn't quite fall in as the Mustangs stopped him. Josh with the ball, looks like he's going to hand that off. And that is going to be a 1-yard run for Esperanza. I did have the right one. Esperanza, the senior, already has 2 touchdowns so far in this game. That'll be number 3 for the team. That was from 1 yard away. Time on the clock is 6:09. Still in the first quarter. Go, fight, win. And Tatum once again setting up a 2-point conversion. Spread out a little bit from normal. 2 on the right, 2 receivers on the right. As Josh looks to pass, going to go the option and run it in So 3 in a row for Josh as he gets another 2-point conversion on the run. 24-0 so far. Early still in this game. Plenty of time, but Ramah has not been able to keep the ball. 2 runs, 2 fumbles. Let's see what they can do with this one as we come back strong on the Tatum Network. All right, here we go once again. Looks like it's going to be Esperanza who is going to be kicking this time. So it'll be a long one this time. Going to go back and get it fielded at about the 15-yard line. Got some blockers as he comes this way, but it's going to be taken down at about the 29-yard line. So once again, Ramah not with such good field position, but that was taken by Jaden Blay, who in his first play lost the ball. And now, of course, 2 fumbles, 16 points. So Tatum is taking advantage of those turnovers with points. 1st and 10, though, for the Mustangs. 3rd time's the charm, maybe, as maybe they can keep the ball and move it down the field. First things first, they got to keep the ball. Let's see what happens as they have a different player back there for, it's going to be a quarterback keeper once again, and hit in the backfield. And that is going to be received by, oh, that is going to be Keaton Bolin. But that was, let's see, 25. So it was Deacon Clausen, who, the junior, trying to get the ball out, and instead will lose. Wow, I thought that was closer than it was, but it's going to be about 6 yards back, so they did keep the ball. They have a loss of about 6. But they got the forward progress. Either way. 2nd and about 16 now. And looks like a different quarterback once again as he goes and throws to the left. And it is caught short. Actually, it was just about the line of scrimmage when he threw it. And that is going to be about 4 yards. So he did gain a little bit, but didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. That was Jaden Diaz throwing. They're still 3rd and 13, roughly. As this is the longest possession that the Mustangs have had so far in this game. So right now the ball is at the 27, 26-yard line, hardly, and Mustangs ready for another play. And the throw as he's hit, he is thrown, he's hit while he was thrown, and will be an incomplete pass. Going to bring up 4th down, 4th and about 13, and that is going to be probably going to be a punt situation. I don't see how they could go for it at this stage of the game and so far deep in the enemy in their own territory. So Tatum looking to see if they're going to punt. They'd have to get a massive penalty to be able to get a 1st down if they don't punt. But they are going to go ahead and line up. Looks like that is going to be, is that DeMarcus, the junior? Going back there, he is going to punt low. He's going to take a bounce and be at the 45. And 4 is just kind of taking a nice little jog. Finally gets knocked out of bounds. But not before he gets about 15 to 20 yards on that. So no 1st downs for Ramah. And back on offense is going to be Tatum. least they didn't lose the ball that time. Looks like we got a new player out there. Actually, no, it's Marskel. Aaron Marskel is out there. Going to be one of the receivers on the right. Two on the right, one on the left. Looking to see if Montez is on the left. Josh Harris, of course, quarterback. He's going to fumble the ball, but pick it up, get a screen going, and it looks like it'll be a huge gain. In fact, he's still on his feet, going, and nobody there to stop him as he gets a touchdown. So that'll be 36 yards for the pass and the touchdown. And I do believe that is going to be to Montez. So that was a quick strike again, 3:36 remaining in the first quarter. And we've got a barn burner here. Josh again going to go ahead and throw to Montez, and he's going to go around a couple of defenders. And that was including Pyatt and Pinesta. So a nice pass this time does get Harris involved, but not by the run. So we have a score now of 32-0. And remember, 35 is the mercy rule, but it also does not take effect until halftime. 50 and plus is when the game is called. And we'll be back in just a moment. Of course, that is also at halftime as well. We'll be back in a moment to continue coverage right here on the Tatum Network. Welcome back to the Coyote Network, and go Coyotes is what we're hearing from the fans. It is right now a score of 32-0, and these games have been lopsided for years, the ones that have happened. Starting in 2014, it was an 81-20 victory for Coyotes against this Ramah team. In 2015, it was 52-0. Again, and they pretty much like that number, so they stuck with it, 52-0 for the final, for the last year, and for 2019 was the last time they played them before 2024. So maybe we'll get deja vu, who knows, but right now another kickoff for the Coyotes. Going to go back to about the 24-yard line and get run back to the 40, about the 41 or so, before being taken down. Once again, that is going to be the player. That is Jaden Blay. So here's another attempt for Ramah to be able to get something going. That last drive just took the one play, so no first downs were needed for Tatum. And no first downs have been registered or recorded for the Mustangs yet. Actually, they're at the 42, the answer to everything. So 1st and 10 from the 42 in their own territory. Let's see what the defense can do for Tatum. He's going to run to the left. Keeper, it seems to be, they like the quarterback keeper, but that was a huge loss as it goes back about 6 to 7 yards. Just could not find anything. Defensive line, or offensive line, is not doing the quarterback any favors. That was Jaden Diaz once again getting tackled in the backfield. I have not been keeping up with their yardage, but I do believe they're still in negative territory too. So officially 2nd and 15. And Ramah just having trouble protecting the quarterback. So once again, another quarterback keeper going up the middle this time, and that is not advised because that line is very strong. They did allow a couple of yards, go back to almost the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 12. Did get 5 yards though, so that's nothing to sneeze at. But 3rd and 12 for the Mustangs. Tatum looking strong on both sides of the ball so far in this game. Of course, a couple of fumble recoveries early on does help. And Tatum once again was able to take advantage of those 2 fumbles. 3rd and long, 3rd and 12 to be exact for the Mustangs. Let's see if they're going to do something different with Diaz. And Jaden, the sophomore, is back. He's going to roll to the left and throw to the right. Almost had it picked off. That would have been a pickoff for Jason Tucker. The sophomore just went out of his hands, didn't have the right position for that. And that will bring up 4th down. So the second time the Mustangs will be punting, or at least they should be punting anyway. And on the clock, 1:49 to go. We're still in the first quarter of this game with 11:29 on the official clock. So it is set up. Looks like it'll be DeMarcus, the junior, coming back for a punt. Going to punt it 1 step and going to be out of bounds. A bad kick. And that means it's going to be probably about the around the 50. Actually, they're going to mark it at the 45 of Tatum. So not a good situation once again for the Mustangs as they give the Coyotes a good field position. No first downs for the Mustangs. I've got unofficially, I've got 5 first downs for the Coyotes. 1st and 10, we've got 2 on the left receivers and 1 on the right, actually one backwards. As he throws it this time, it'll be in the hands of, and he's still on his feet, gets to a first down and more. That looks like it'll be the player known as Garrett Anthony, the junior. First down. So switching it up from the run to the pass. Pass works once again. First down from Josh to it'll be Garrett Anthony. Oh, and I haven't changed the score, so we'll do that right now. There we go. 32-0 right now as Josh goes back. He's setting up. He had a long time to go, and he's going to fling it. And just like he did at practice, he's going to hit that mark and get another score. He was spot on as he gets it to a different receiver this time. This one is going to be to Marscale once again. Actually, that's Mariscal. So let's see, that is going to be about a 40-yard pass. So 125 when we're getting ready for another 2-point conversion. Josh Harris motioning the man, come in. He's going to go ahead and hand it off and run around the right field side. And uncontested, untouched, and in for the score for the 2 points. And that is going to be Montez for the 2-point conversion run. Nicely set up, too, by the quarterback. 40-0 already. We're already in mercy rule, but that doesn't happen until the second half, and that is mercy rule running clock. Right now, though, we've got the score once again, 40-0. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage with 1:25 to go just in the first quarter. All right, we are set up and ready to go for the kickoff once again. Another kickoff from Tatum. This is going to be nice, and it's going to get into the out. Oh, bounced it off his foot. Looks like that'll be a fumble, and yes, it is. just more bad tragedy. You know, I've seen this happen before with teams that come in here and just cannot get their footing straight, can't get the ball underneath, and kicked it back to the kicking team, and they ended up falling on it for a possession. So turnover from Ramah. That means a timeout will be called for Tatum. Tatum taking a timeout. We'll take one with him once again. You're on Tatum Network. It is 40-0. We still have 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. And if things go the way Tatum would like, it would probably be almost 48 points before the first half ends. Be back in this moment as we continue coverage right here. We're back once again, and Ramah, who had it kicked off to him, punted it back to Tatum nicely, and it is now 1st and 10 at the 35. Going to change quarterbacks, see what happens as Harris is going to take a moment. Going to head to that pass, and it'll be a nice little fling flicker or a screen play. And that'll actually get about 13 yards. That is going to be thrown to the freshman, Canton Bolin, from Aaron Marskell. So Marskell is going to be the quarterback now. First down for Tatum. As they continue moving, actually it's going to be 7 first downs from what I've got. Marskell in the backfield, going to go at the high snap, and it'll be a penalty. Stopping the play, so that usually means an offensive penalty or encroachment, but either way, most likely will be false start, and it is by the offense. 5 yards back, and that'll mean 1st and 10, or 1st and 15 this time. So the first loss for Tatum in this game. Get it down to 3 seconds. Are you going to get off in time? No. So that is the end of the first quarter with a score of 40-0. We have already substitutions coming in for Tatum. And we'll be back in just a moment. I am Ron Gunner. Thank you much. Speaking of substitutes, and I'll be back with more Tatum Coyote football right here on the Tatum Sports Network. All right, we are underway for the second quarter. We got a big halftime to talk about. We've got, let's see, of course, 5 scores for Tatum and no first downs for the Mustangs. Starting on the other side, it will be, what is it, the 30-yard line for, actually for Tatum, they still have the ball. First down, and that will move him over, 1st and 15. He's going to escape the pressure, move to the right, still looking, going to go ahead and run it, and maybe a gain of more as his helmet is ripped off. That'll be a personal foul for a face mask as well. So not only is he going to get the close to the first down, but he's also going to get the extra yardage from the face mask as his helmet was ripped off. He doesn't need to go out. That is the rule since it was ripped off of his head. I'm not sure if he knows that or not. Nevertheless, though, Josh Harris is going to be in the game now, at least for one play. So it looks like the ball is around the 20-yard line. So it may have been close to a first down. Nevertheless, so it will be a first down because of the face mask as they mark it off. Looks like that was half the distance because it was inside the 20, and it looks like it'll be now at about the 8-yard line. So first and goal from around the 8. So infield position for in the red zone, that is. And coming out is going to be Josh. Going in will be Marskel once again as quarterback. There he goes once again. He's going to go ahead and keep the ball. Brings up second and goal. Second at about 4. I do apologize for the camera angle. Second and 4 once again. Marskel in the back in shotgun position. Going to go ahead and take it. Man in motion. Going to go ahead and have a quarterback keeper run it up the right. And actually that's going to be a flag on the play as it was a late hit. Unnecessary roughness on the quarterback. Wasn't much, but nevertheless, so it will be counted as a flag as it was thrown by the Whitecap. So personal foul on that, and if it's a touchdown, it would go on the kickoff, but good. So, okay, so that was a 4-yard run. That's me by Aaron Marskel. It's one of those frustration ones. And the 2-point conversion does not work this time as it is run and tackled, and he is hurt. He's got his arm hurt. His left arm is hurt. And that was by, that was one of their good players. Of course, they all are. Josiah Marquardt. He is a freshman, and he was injured on the play, so 2-point conversion fails. And the score is now 46-0. We're still in with 10 minutes to go in the first half. And we will get the score and everything set up as we're about to get another kickoff and get Ramah to see if they can do something with their offense. 10 minutes to go in the second. Back in a moment right here on the Tatum Network. So with the penalty, it will be brought forward to the 45. So Tatum has a chance and an opportunity to get them deep in their own territory with this. And there we go with the kick. It's going to go into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback at the 25. So hard to get any kind of advantage with that kind of penalty, but nevertheless, it is going to be Mustang ball at the 25 with 10 minutes to go. No time went off the clock. It'll be Jaden Diaz, looks like, to continue as quarterback this time around. So actually it is the 20, not the 25. So first and 10 from the 20. They have 80 yards to go, but they, again, have not been able to move forward with much success, and they have not been able to get a first down yet. And right now the score is 46-0. Tatum is in the lead. So Diaz in the backfield and alone. Going to go ahead and keep that one. Actually, he's going to pass it, hand it off. I didn't see it either. And will be tackled. Looks like that was once again by the big guy. That is going to be Esperanza. But 25, he tried to get that going and instead was stopped. That was Deacon. Deacon Clausen. Did get a couple, though, get about 3 to be exact. So another positive gain for the Mustangs. 2nd and 7. Be a tight formation, shotgun, and nobody on receiving. Quarterback keeper once again this time will be cut short about a yard forward as he moves forward for Jaden Tuckson. He is a sophomore and does get it to manageable 2-yard gain. So 3rd and about 5, maybe 3-yard gain. Let's call it that, 3rd and 4. So 3rd and 4 for the Mustangs. We've got 8:30 on the clock, 2nd quarter. First half, and we've got receivers, one on the right, one on the left. Once again, 4, going back to it, will be Jaden, the sophomore. Jaden with the pass, it is blocked, and that'll be a nice block from Jason Tucker. So incomplete pass on that one will make it 4th and 4. You think at this point they're going to go ahead and go for it. I mean, it's a runaway anyhow, but we'll see. Will it be the punt or will it be another attempt as Diaz comes back out on the field? Gets into the huddle. Actually, he's going to be, they're going to be punting it. So punting the ball this time will be Baca, the sophomore. And before, there's a penalty, so it'll be a false start. So that kind of worked out because it was a low snap and it would have been a bad fielding. And easily taken care of by Tatum, but instead 5 yards back will make it 4th and 9. For the 9, 7:05 on the clock. Here we go once again with another try for a punt. This one's going to be high, but again, short. Not as short as it was last time, but still, it's not going to get too far. Kicked it about the 15-yard line, got it to the 48. Nothing to brag about, but still gives Tatum good field position at the 48, 52, or 48 yards to the end zone once again. Maybe another 82-point score if they keep this up anyway. Let's see, nice weather for this. Got a nice little breeze. Sun is out. Got the new sun here. Here we go. 1st and 10 for Tatum. Going to step back. He's going to check out the rotation. Tried to find a receiver and could not quite get it to him. First incomplete pass for Tatum, I believe. So 2nd and 10 now. Still giving the freshmen some game time. That's always good to see, especially when you've got such a big lead. Might as well share the wealth. You never know what's going to happen during the season. You want to make sure that any and every player can play their position at their best ability. So we've got 3 to the left now, 1 to the right. Looks like another pass as he rolls to the left. For Moscael, he's being rushed. Does get a push, but it's going to be in the back. So this is going to be negated no matter what it is as he runs forward and gets a 1st down and more. Gets tackled by 3 players, but that is going to be a block to the back, and that is going to bring it back as well. So nice run there. It's not going to count, about 20 yards, so he does have the legs for it as he was able to get out of it, but unfortunately it's going to be the block in the back that is going to take it all back for Tatum. So instead of a 1st down, it'll be 2nd and about 20. It's just a position thing. Unfortunately, it did happen, and the ref was right there to see it. So 2nd and 20 now. Is he not quite there? Okay, there we go. 2nd and 20. Marscale in the back in the shotgun position. We've got one left, or actually two to the left and one to the right. Marscale looking to the left. Going to go ahead and throw. This time he does connect with his receiver for a short gain. And this time around it's going to be to Maricourt. And that'll make it third and about 12 or 11. Third and 11 from the reception from Marquardt. Let's see if they can get a possession on this one. Okay, so back to pass. He's going to throw it forward. Did get him as he gets hit at the same time, so could not advance the ball. And there is a penalty on the play. It's in the backfield, and it's going to be probably against Tatum again. It'll be holding, and that'll be on the offense for Tatum. So it doesn't matter about that pass. The Mustangs are going to take it, and that'll push back Tatum another 10 yards, as that was a hold from the spot of the foul. And that will put them, looks like, on the 40 once again. So third down and about 18. And they're not on the, they're on the 41. Third and long from the 41, about 18. Got a man in motion as he goes across. He's going to go ahead and hand it off to him, actually pass it to him. He's got 5'10", about 12, 13 yards on that one, as that one goes into the hands of, it is Xander Herrera. Herrera, like I said, had about 12 yards, but still needed more. Did get inside the original line of scrimmage. And that will make it fourth and about 8. That's going to make it 9. 4th and 9, so Tatum is going to go for it, as the lineup for the Mustangs is on pass oriented. Clap of the hands, look with the coach, and going to go ahead and have to call a timeout before getting a 5-yard penalty. Going to take a timeout with him. It is 2:27 before the half. Score is 46-0. Tatum is in the lead, and we'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here on the Tatum Network. We're back. It is 4th down and about 9 for Tatum and the Coyotes. And they have their backup quarterback on here, the freshman, Aaron Mariscal, doing the duties. He's been pretty good on his legs as well as throwing. He does. Usually when you see a right-handed player roll to the left, you have doubts about it, but he has been able to make some passes. 4th and 9 once again. We have 2:27 to go in this first half. Marscale with the, I did not break the plane, so Marscale with, sorry, not Marscale. Ramah with the ball will get that in the second half. Running around, though, did get forced out of bounds, but not before he got the first down. Nicely done. Once again, a quarterback keeper. And another first down for Tatum. So far, they have gotten all their first downs without penalties. At the 35-yard line now. As the team gets back out again.
We'll be hosting the first fifth quarter after the game. At the church, fifth quarter after the game.
1st and 10. Let's go on the shotgun. Gets back. He is going to heave it to the left, right, and gets it caught. That was nicely done. The receiver was underneath and did get that pass. 35-yard touchdown. So actually, let's see. Is it going to be counted or not? It's a 35-yard pass, and that was to Looks like Herrera. So not quite a touchdown. 34 yards, was tackled before crossing the line. So instead of a touchdown, it'll be first and goal at the 1. First and goal to 1. Here we are. And he is in. So who was that? I'm going to say that was Kenton Boland, the freshman. Couldn't tell for certain, as that was a 1-yard run. 2-point conversion coming up here in a moment, as we're just about to run out of the second quarter, 52-0. If that's the case, then we are at game end. As if it's halftime and it's over 50, then it will definitely be the end of the game. Seen these happen sometimes at halftime. So the ball taken to Marskel, going to go ahead and toss it and get a 2-point conversion as he gets it over to Canton Bolton once again. Pass complete to 13. So we've got a 54-0 game with 43 seconds remaining in the first half, and that could be it. Once it ends in the first half, it could be the end of the game as well. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here in Tatum on the Tatum Sports Network. Back one more time with a kickoff from the Coyotes. Right now it is 54-0, not like it was last year with 52-0, but a nice little 10-yarder onside kick. Didn't expect that, but nevertheless, it is covered and will be taken over for the Mustangs at around the 50. So one more opportunity, and I don't believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Ramah has not had a first down. If they have, they've only had one. Again, not for certain, but at the 49-yard line of their own. As the wind is picking up a little bit, keeping it cool, but keeping my papers blowing around. Going to be a handoff and going to be met just before the line. No gain, and that'll be for Jaden Tuskin, who had a fumble earlier in this game. So 2nd and 11 now as the clock continues to run, and that'll be it. Ball game's over with, halftime, and we've got the score of 54-0. Mercy Rule ending, and it is over. Be back in this moment to wrap it up and to get you into next week. They'll be going to Clayton. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here in Tatum on the Tatum Network. All right, that was the game, 54-0 at halftime, as the teams are being very congratulatory to each other. 5-0 now is the record against the Mustangs for the Coyotes, and we'd like to thank our sponsors, Tatum Municipal Schools, EP&S, Legendary Services, Bob's Thriftway, Western States Bank, and Lee County Electric Cooperative. And we thought we were going to have halftime maybe, but that last score, of course, put it over the top. And let's go ahead and talk about scoring as well, as both teams, once again, are being very sportsmanlike, getting in the huddle. So the first score was at 9:54 or 44. That was a 3-yard run from Esperanza. Oh, and I need to do that too. They had a run in from quarterback Josh Harris for the 2 points. 8-0 was the score at that point. 7:30 saw Tatum, after a fumble recovery from the Mustangs, get it to Montez on a pass from Harris for 10 yards. Harris runs it in for the 2-point conversion. 16-0 is the score. Then just not even 90 seconds later, another fumble happens and on their first play for the Mustangs. Tatum takes advantage of it, gets a 1-yard run from Esperanza with 6:09 to go, and a yard run from Harris makes it the score now with a 2-point conversion. That is 24-0. 3:36 a little later, and actually that was I think that might have been the punt or the kick that was kicked back to him. No, I don't think it was, but either way, Montez gets the ball off a pass, 36 yards. That was one play for the drive, and that is, of course, from Harris as well. So a pass to, let's see, that would be Montez for the 2-point conversion. And that gets it to 32-0. Still in the first quarter with a minute 25. Yes, they did 40 points in the first quarter. This time around, it was a pass from Harris to Mariscal. And see, they were using their passing more in this later on in the game instead of running as much as they used to. So it was a nice pass. 40 yards this time for the completion. And the run this time for Montez for the 2-point conversion makes it 40-0. Second quarter, is in the 10-minute mark. Mariscal had a run of 4 yards. The 2-point conversion fails, and that leaves it at 46-0. Just before the half ended, at 43 seconds, it was Bolin who got the pass, and that was from the freshman quarterback, Mariscal. And the 2-point conversion as they passed it to the freshman, Canton Bolin. And then once the clock ended, that is the game. So once again, final score 54-0. Next week will be the Clayton Yellow Jackets. 1-2 is the record against them for the Tatum Coyotes. Last time they beat them was in 2022, 42-6. But they lost to them in 2023 by the score of 40-28. And a closer one last year on the 6th of September by the score of 54-42. Tatum goes to 2-0, and the Mustangs fall to 0-2. Want to thank everybody at the station for No Mark Broadcasting and for myself. This is Ron Gunter, and we want to thank all our sponsors once again. We'll be back next week for more Tatum football right here on the Tatum Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com or on YouTube, and sometimes it is on Facebook as well. Remember to also keep up with us on Facebook and find out what the latest things are going on, whether it be Tatum, Lovington, any of the Lee County sports teams, Hobbs, Jal, Eunice, can't forget those. And I'll be back next week. Take care of yourselves. Have a great Labor Day weekend, by the way, as all the schools will be off on Monday. Some will be back on Friday for the Monday off. But nevertheless, enjoy your weekend.